I'm going to give you guys my opinion. Now, that's a word I can never spell when I was a kid. Opinion. But we're going to go and dive in here into some WWE because Monday night, kick off the show in Atlanta, that song that I played to kick off this segment, hit the arena, and let me tell you, fans were screaming as they should have. Now, shout out to you, Roman, because you got me. You're a great actor, Roman. The way that man came out, I thought he was retiring. He looked all emotional. He looked all sad. He didn't look like he was in a good mood. His mom was there, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, this man's retiring. This man's cancer got worse. I was wrong. It got better. And as Roman said, I'm in remission, y'all. Yes. Heck yes, you are, Roman. And even better yet, it looks like the Shield is returning. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins saved Dean Ambrose from an attack from Elias, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin. This looks like it's turned up to be an 8-man tag at Fastlane WWE. Fastlane, March 10th, Cleveland, Ohio. It looks like Cleveland at the Q. That was that LeBron belt that Dan Gilbert's taking credit for. It looks like that's where Roman Reigns is going to be returning. And Roman, I couldn't be more proud to have your first match right here, about 40 minutes away from us here at Kent State University. Just amazing. I can't believe this guy is back this soon. Let alone, I didn't think. Now, the way I would have booked it, by the way, is I would have had him return at the 2020 Royal Rumble. That's the earliest I thought he was going to come back. I thought he'd return, win it, and go on to win the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 36, which has been announced will take place in Roman Reigns' hometown in Tampa Bay, Florida. Pensacola, Florida is where he's from. That's like 30 minutes away from Tampa Bay. I thought that's where Roman Reigns would finally win the Universal Championship, which may still happen. But this man, the leukemia must have been minor, because in 4 months, this man's not only, well, cancer-free, thank goodness, but he's back in the WWE ring spearing people. And, by the way, there was somebody that tried to boo Roman on Raw. This is the first time I ever heard Roman Reigns completely get cheered, ever. And, I mean, even when he was at the Shield, there were some boos. First time by himself, Roman Reigns cheered. Besides one guy who thought it would be funny to boo him. That guy got his butt kicked. I'm not even kidding. That guy got kicked by fans, was thrown out, and people started chanting Roman Reigns again. Really loudly. Don't do that. What kind of person would think that'd be funny? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm so glad Roman Reigns is back. And this will be the beginning of his tremendous face run. Now, again, I wasn't the biggest fan of Roman Reigns when he first came into the WWE. I was like all of us saying it. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. But now I'm one of the biggest Roman Reigns fans. And by the way, it wasn't even the leukemia. I was starting to get into Roman around WrestleMania last year. I was like, why am I hating on this guy when he's working so hard? He cuts good promos. It was actually the Shield thing when they returned, when John Cena faced him at No Mercy 2017, which was incredible. I think that's when I really started to become a fan of Roman Reigns. Because that's also when I started to become more of a fan of John Cena. You know, I used to be with all of you. John Cena sucks! John Cena sucks! And just chanting all that. But, man, when you realize what these guys have gone through, when you realize the characters they're building and the promos they're building, like, they're great. John Cena, to me, is the greatest WWE wrestler of all time, as he should be. I think he's better than Ric Flair at this point in his career. And I respect him, and I respect Roman. And if the Shield reunites at Fastlane, you better believe I'm ready for it. Another return that happened on Raw is the Animal Dave Batista. Now, we were celebrating Ric Flair's 70th anniversary, and when they went to bring out Ric Flair, he was lying on the ground, and Batista was dragging him out of the locker room, screaming, "Harder! Do I have your attention now? Huh? Huh?" Like, that was great. Do you guys remember Evolution 2014, the reunion with Batista, Triple H, and Randy Orton? That's a great song, by the way. I'm going to probably play that next week. I see the line in the sand. Great song. Do you guys remember the night after Payback when Seth Rollins turned on the Shield? Why did he turn on the Shield? Because Triple H and Randy Orton needed a new member because Batista quit. Because Triple H told him to go home. there's a lot of great heel moments in Batista's career. One of them, actually, I'm just starting to chuckle right now. When at Extreme Rules 2010, when he's facing John Cena, and the fan goes, "I hate you, Batista," and he goes, "I hate you too." Or when he's just looking at Ray and goes, "Ray, I'm gonna rip your head off." Like, I just love heel Dave. The fact Dave is back is great. This may lead to a Batista retirement angle, but this is me as a fan, right? I'm thinking of a bigger angle. I'm thinking, is this going to lead to a Triple H Mr. McMahon match? Because Mr. McMahon, did he bring back Batista? Did he send Batista to attack Ric Flair? Why did Mr. McMahon insert Charlotte Flair into the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania? Why did Mr. McMahon insert Kevin Owens over Kofi Kingston at Fastlane? Is this going to lead to a Triple H, Stephanie, and Shane versus a Vince power struggle, and that's how they're going to get Vince out of WWE and into the XFL? Like, that's what I'm thinking. Michael just texted me. Oh, all right, Michael. Thank you for listening in. He just said, quote, and again, this is one of the swear words technically we can say in the air, so I'm going to say the whole quote. Hell no. Cena will never be better than Flair. Take it back. Michael, come on next week. We can discuss this. John Cena, 16th on world champion. The GOAT, I believe, as Michael Cole always says. He believes he's the best wrestler of all time. I believe that as well. Michael, hopefully you can make it next week. We can discuss it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Hoping your class project is going very well. But as a fan of me, right? Like, is this going to lead to Mr. McMahon versus Triple H for control? Like, I hope this leads to it down the line. Maybe it's SummerSlam next year. Like, let's go. I can't wait for WrestleMania. I wrote the article on Bug Show Radio. I said this is the bumpiest road to WrestleMania of all time. Royal Rumble started off really well. We were on a high note. Then, after that, it went way down. Elimination Chamber was not very good. Fastlane was looking horrible. Ratings were down the tube. The worst of all time. And these 4 returns have really got WWE going. Now, also, Bruce Pritchard is a new member of WWE Creative. He used to be creative up until 2008, 2002 to 2008 to be exact. He was basically the head of the Ruthless Aggression era in creativity. From what I've read, he's going to be the right-hand man of Mr. McMahon, and they're going to make a lot of changes, and they've told people to stay patient. They've told talent to stay patient while they make these changes. I've also read that Roman Reigns is actually convincing Dean Ambrose to stay, so Dean Ambrose may not be leaving WWE. I've heard that Roman Reigns has really tried to talk Dean Ambrose into it, and this was my point, is I really felt like Ambrose was only leaving WWE because Roman wasn't there, and now that Roman's back, I really thought there was a possibility Dean Ambrose can stay, and I think it's going to happen. I don't think Dean's going anywhere, and even if he does, I think it's for a very short time. And then on SmackDown this week, as I already mentioned, we had Kevin Owens inserted into the WWE Championship match. Now, everybody's flipping out. Why isn't Kofi getting that shot? Relax, people. Kofi's getting this shot at WrestleMania. Kofi Kingston's going to walk out of New Jersey, MetLife Stadium, as the WWE Champion. And I cannot wait to see that moment. Think about it. The planet's champion, Daniel Bryan, he doesn't like pancakes. Pancakes and cereal. Bad for the environment. Oh, God, could you imagine those promos? Oh, my God, those are going to be great. I cannot wait for this WrestleMania feud. Maybe Big E and Woods turn on Kofi. Is that something? Is that crazy? Probably. But it's my creative mind flowing right now, but that's a great storyline. I like the fact the Hardys are back together as a team, to be honest. I never really bought into the broken Matt Hardy or the Woken gimmick. With Bray Wyatt, I didn't think WWE took it to the full potential. I really like the Hardys as a tag team. Now, Matt next year goes AWOL, and at WrestleMania 36, we get the ultimate deletion. Let me correct myself. Delete! 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 And we get Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy in the Hardy compound. I'm okay with it. But I think for right now, the Hardys, they just... WWE, they have like a team option, quote unquote, in basketball with the Hardys. They ended up picking that up, and so the Hardys will make a lot more money next year, so they're going to be pushed to the top of SmackDown, I would think. And I can't wait for it because I've always thought the Hardys are better as a tag team than individually, especially Matt. I never liked Matt much as a singles competitor. I thought Jeff's 2008 to 2009 run singles competitor on SmackDown was great. Besides that, though, I mostly just like the Hardys as a tag team, unless they go completely crazy and woken. And delete the universe! So as I mentioned, man, there's a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of returns. A month ago, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Matt Hardy, Batista were not scheduled on the WrestleMania card. We weren't even sure if we were going to see John Cena. We weren't sure we were going to see The Undertaker. We weren't going to see sure if we were going to see Kurt Angle, Triple H. And now all these guys are pretty much making WrestleMania, besides maybe The Undertaker. They don't need The Undertaker this year at WrestleMania, I would argue, because they already have their part-time match, Triple H vs. Batista. There's reportedly going to be some multi-man matches, so it looks like a better WrestleMania than even what it was a week ago. A week ago, we maybe had Miz, Shane McMahon, and, Daniel Bryan, Kofi, maybe, and, Lesnar and Rollins. I thought maybe Daniel Bryan, if he beat Kofi at Fastlane, would face John Cena at WrestleMania. I thought that'd be a great story. John Cena coming back, the 16-time world champion, trying to break Ric Flair's record by beating the Planet Champion. But it looks like we're going to get Kofi, and I think that that's the better route to go. But yeah, you can read my article, and I've said the same thing I'm saying right now. This WrestleMania looks a lot better than it did a week ago. At MetLife Stadium, man, we're getting closer. We're just about under a month away. Can't wait. We're about 35 days away. Can you guys believe it? We're 35 days away from the biggest show of the year, and we don't even know the matches that are on the card yet, really. It's unprecedented. But WWE's going through a rough time. They're going through a creative change, and I think hopefully ratings will go up, and WWE will bounce back as we head to Fox, and we head to SmackDown Fox Friday nights, October 2019. Hey guys, this is Brandon Lewis from Brandon's World here. Make sure you leave a like and comment right down below. And make sure you check out the show every Saturday from 10 to noon on BuckStowRadio.com, the Tune app, or right here on the YouTube channel. Thanks, and you guys already know. See ya! It's out of here. This is Brandon's World.